Reserve Tamir Heyman, Executive Director of INSS.
Thank you very much. This has become a tradition where once a year we elect a body, a person that acted in an extraordinary way to promote the national security of the State of Israel. It was obvious that this year we would give this prize to the Mossad, and especially to the technological department in the Mossad, for what has been known publicly as the beeper or the pager uh, mission. This shows and demonstrates superb technological advancements or leadership, but this is not the main issue. Beyond the tactical success of this operation, that was certainly extraordinary, it created a continuity of operations that involve technology, intelligence, bravery in an unimaginable movement. This showed almost decisive, it's hard to say decisive, but dismantling Hezbollah's wish to continue the war. This includes targeted killings and other issues that has been discussed until today. This operation also significantly improved or restored the status and image of the intelligence in the state of Israel and the abilities. And as many abroad told me, you brought back the twinkle in that we thought that you have lost on October 7th. And this is important even geostrategically as far as perception and deterrence. So, Sir Frank Lowy and me are honored to invite Dadi Barnea, the director of Mossad, to receive the award for this year. Dadi. Hello, everyone. The man that invited me to come here, Sir Lowy, that gave me this prize, of course, on behalf of the entire Mossad. On the emblem of the Mossad, there is the phrase that you wage war by using trickstery. And this is an important component of the Mossad's agenda. The pager operation is a great demonstration of realizing our objective. It was planned by Mossad operatives using trickery, using thoughtfulness. It demonstrates deep understanding and penetration of the enemy, technological advancements and superiority, and extreme technological capabilities. This operation marks the turning point in the north and the opening point for the 10 days during which we changed or turned the tables in the north with our enemies. A clear line can be drawn from the pages to the elimination of Nasrallah and the agreement. Hezbollah sustained a severe blow that broke the spirit of the organization. Victory in war is not measured in the amount of casualties or rockets, but victory on the spirit, morale, and motivation of the enemy. For many years, we fought the other arms of Iran on our northern border. In the Third Lebanon War, the Mossad prepared from 2006. We collected intimate and unique intelligence for many years. We broadened our cooperation with IDI and conducted many operations intelligence-based and operations and offered unique capabilities and promoted technologies in the enemy's territory. And we understood that the next war will be different than the wars we knew in the past. the Mossad does not have tanks or APCs. We do not have fighter jets or rockets. We have the men and women of the Mossad are the driving engine for its operations and successes. They are the creative mind that turns the impossible to possible. They, the warriors, the technology officers, the intelligence and cyber operators, all create the supremacy on the battlefield. They're the ones that come up with the ideas. Thanks to them, the Mossad confronts challenges daily and is successful in coping with them. This is a maybe younger operation. The pager operation is younger than the walkie-talkie operation. This was developed a decade ago at the time of Tamir Pardo as head of Mossad and continued under the leadership of Yossi Cohen as director. The idea for the pager operation was surfaced when we understood that it's not enough to use the radio, the handheld radios in all scenarios, so we thought of a different way to hit in a targeted way by exploding a device that's always on the person of Hezbollah operatives, and we found the opportunity. The first infrastructure were established in 2022, and the first shipment to Lebanon with 500 pagers only reached Lebanon several weeks before the horrible massacre of October 7th. At the time, the 1,000 radios from the previous operation were mostly held in warehouses of Hezbollah. Operating both operations in the beginning of war would not have brought the achievement that we reached when it was implemented later on. When the operation was launched, ultimately, 10 times more beepers were exploded than we had in the beginning of the war, and twice the amount of radios. The dilemma in launching the operation on 17 September 2024 was great, very difficult. I'm not going to get into details. I'll only say that in the meeting where the decision was made, two schools of thought were presented, and both were true at the time. The Prime Minister ultimately made the decision contrary, in total contradiction to most opinions expressed in the meeting. And here we are today getting this prize. This is a prize to the entire Israeli people, not only to the Mossad. A prize for campaign facing Hezbollah, bringing back the residents to the north, weakening Iran in the region. The day where thousands of pagers blew up in the hands of Hezbollah operatives, terrorists, will be remembered as a day of a turning point in the war. It's a day where the power of trickery in war grew or overpowered kinetic power. The amount of explosives that was in the thousands of beepers and the radios together was not more than the amount of explosives that you can find in one standard landmine. But breaking the spirit was substantial, was immense. In our holiday on October 7th, the enemy rose to destroy us, but thanks to the spirit, the IDF and security members, for the sacrifice of the fallen and the wounded, and the daring and the belief in our abilities, the spirit rose from breakage to great hope. Our mission has not been complete. We continue to turn battlefields to operational and political in all fronts. Above all, there is the commitment that we have to return home all the hostages, live and dead, together. This is the moral calling above all, to bring them back from the hell of the underground tunnels. Last week, 6 live hostages returned to Israel who finally were able to reunite with their families, with Avram Mengistu and Hisham Sayed, after a decade in prison. imprisoned by Hamas. Our heart is broken and we bow our head with the return of Oded Lifshitz and Kfir, Ariel, and Shiri Bibas, rest in peace, that will be brought to final burial in the outskirts of the Gaza Strip. This expresses our value-led feeling of, or call to bring back hostages from captivity. There's no better feeling, not even in fulfilling an operation. Like I described before, nothing is like bringing back the hostages from Gaza. This holy mission stands before my eyes since October 7th. We will continue to act until the return of all home. I wish to thank you, Major General Reserve Tamir Hyman, and to the INSS for this distinguished prize. Thank you to our partners in the IDF, in the security industry, defense industries, for the close collaboration, to the men and women of the Mossad that were involved throughout the years in operations against Hezbollah. I will say, as it says in the vision of our organization, you turned imaginary into reality. I'm very proud of you. 2,800 years ago, in ancient Persia, they wanted to kill all the Jewish people in one day. Also today, Iran sees this as its destiny, its mission. In the upcoming holiday of Purim, I say, that commemorates this time, we will not let this happen. This plan will not be materialized. On the contrary, thank you very much.